Al-Farabi and Immanuel Kant on the question, Is existence a predicate? By Dr. Mashhad Al-Alaf. In his response to the question, does the proposition man exists have a predicate or not? Abu Nasr al-Farabi, 870 to 950 AD, a distinguished medieval logician and philosopher, initiated a new logical debate and philosophical legend that was later continued by Ibn Sina, Avicenna, Saint Aslam, Immanuel Kant, and Russell. The problem of using the word exists to predicate something to a subject and a logical proposition has received even more discussion in its relation to the existence of God and the ontological argument as presented by Saint Aslam and René Descartes. Dr. Al-Alaf said, first, we should acknowledge with gratitude the research that Professor Nicholas RESCHER has contributed to this topic. In his book, Studies in Arabic Logic, Professor RESCHER said, the question at issue is frequently taken as arising from Kant's denial that existence is a predicate, a denial put forth in the interest of a refutation of the ontological argument for the existence of God. It may therefore be of interest to draw attention to a discussion of this question by the Arabic philosopher Al-Farabi, which precedes the Critique of Pure Reason by well nigh a millennium and antedates St. Aslam himself by fully a century. Dr. Al-Alaf thinks that the answer of Al-Farabi to the above question was clear and brief. He stated first that there is no agreement among the philosophers, Greek and Arab, on this issue. Some say that this sentence has no predicate. Some say that it has a predicate. Al-Farabi said, to my mind, both of these judgments are in a way correct, each in its own way. This is so because when a natural scientist who investigates perishable things considers this sentence and similar ones, it has no predicate. For the existence of a thing is nothing other than the thing itself, and for the scientist, a predicate must furnish information about what exists and what is excluded from being. Dr. Al-Alaf gave the following example. The apple is red, ripe, and exists. He said that Al-Farabi would give the natural scientist the opportunity to look at the word exist as a non-predicating word for two reasons. First, because it is not giving new information about the very nature, or mahiyya, of the natural object called apple. Second, the existence of a thing is the thing itself as embedded in the subject apple. From the naturalist approach, Al-Farabi thinks that the word existence is related to the essence or howiyya. However, from a logical approach, logicians might look at it from the perspective of logical grammatical structure in which the proposition, the apple, is red, ripe, and exist, is composed of two parts, a subject and a predicate, and as such is liable for truth value. Al-Farabi said, when a logician investigates this proposition, man exists, he will treat it as composed of two expressions, each forming a constructive part of it, and it, i.e., the composite proposition, is liable to truth and falsehood. So it does have a predicate from this point of view. Therefore, the assertions are both together correct, but each of them only in a certain way. Dr. Al-Alaf commented that Professor Nicholas RESCHER thinks that Kant shares the same idea with Al-Farabi, that the word exist in a sentence such as man exists can be considered only as a logical predicate. Dr. RESCHER says, thus, due to close parallelism between the logical and the grammatical relations, especially in Arabic, Al-Farabi unhesitantly classes exist as a legit grammatical or logical predicate. Even Kant agrees with this, affirming that zum logischen Predicate kann alles dienen, was man will. For logical predicates can serve anything you want. Essence and existence. The logical grammatical structure indicates that the word exist predicates something to a given subject. But what is that something that the word exist is predicating? Dr. Al-Farabi thinks that Al-Farabi's logical view has a close connection to his ontological view on essence and existence. Al-Farabi considered the essence of anything is something that must be distinct from its existence, while essence makes things things in the first place. Existence operates as a mere attribute, and as such, cannot be predicate that attributes a property to its essence. Dr. Al-Farabi thinks that Al-Farabi's distinction between the essence and the attributes of an existent thing has led him to the contingency argument on the possible, al-mumkin, and the necessary, al-wajib. The necessary existent is necessary by itself. The possible is anything that is necessary by something else other than its essence. Thus, the word exist as a predicate does not predicate anything to the necessary, since the necessary is necessary by essence and not by existence. For the possible, the word exist does not add any new information to the thing, because all of the thing's attributes are contingent upon something else, and existence will not contribute to its essence. In both cases, Dr. Al-Farabi reads Al-Farabi saying that the word exist cannot be considered a predicate because it does not attribute any new information to the essence. Two ontological aspects. Dr. Al-Farabi concluded that the word exist, according to Al-Farabi, does not operate as an informative predicate in the following two ontological aspects. A, in the case of the possible, in which the existence does not come from its essence, the word exist does not add anything to the essence. B, in the case of the necessary, in which existence comes from the essence, the word exist does not add anything to the essence. For the necessary being, whose existence is neither separated from the essence, nor came from anything other than its essence, the word exist can be looked at as not only a non-predicate, but also as a word making a tautological statement, such as the existent being exists. Dr. Al-Farabi briefly noted that after Al-Farabi, this philosophical question was discussed differently. In relation to Mahia, Ibn Sina would agree with Al-Farabi that the word exist could not be considered as an informative predicate, since the essence and existence of the necessary being are the same. However, in relation to Hawiyya, it seems that Ibn Sina considers existence as a predicate and a mere attribute to anything else that is possible. Ibn Rushd denied the validity of the distinction between essence and existence. He argued against Ibn Sina on this ground. He also criticized Ibn Sina's mistake that the existence of a thing is one of its attributes. Al-Farabi and Immanuel Kant on the question, Is existence a predicate? By Dr. Mashad Al-Farabi. In his response to the question, does the proposition man exist have a predicate or not? Abu Nasr Al-Farabi, 870 to 950 AD, a distinguished medieval logician and philosopher, initiated a new logical debate